Alright. Alrighty, folks. We are just checking this is working this time. There we go. Working. Alrighty, folks. We are back with more Dragon Age. Or Dark Tide, as it were. So this is the cast we have for this week. Amy might appear at some point. They are doing overtime. Depending on how they're feeling when they get in, they may jump in, they may not. We'll have to wait and see. But, so for those who are here, who are you, what are you, and to celebrate Red Planet Day, what's your thoughts on Mars? Starting with Rowan.
Hi, my name is Rowan, and my character is Juniper, a little cat creature thing, who you might see the real-life version of walking in front of the screen and sitting on my keyboard from time to time. I mean, it was my favourite planet when I was a kid, and I think it was entirely because of... Does anyone else remember the film festival VHS tapes of early animation, like early CGI animation? Does that ring a bell to anyone at all? Okay, go and watch it. It's on YouTube. There's volume 1 and 2, and one of them, on I think volume 2, involves a 3D reconstruction of Mars, but to a classical song called Mars. That there's one for every planet in the solar system, including Pluto, because this was made in like the 80s.
Back in the days when Pluto was an acceptable planet, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good little series. I would recommend it. You get to see some rather horrific and strangely pretty, really early CGI made in like the early 90s, and it's well worth your time.
Awesome. All right. Next we have Mr. Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Tventer Mage, and Mortician, and all the rest of those things that I say every week. My favourite thing about Mars, or what do I think about Mars? It's a pipe dream. I think that we ought to be focusing on fixing stuff here rather than taking aim at getting out there, because fixing that planet seems to be a much bigger task, but maybe that's just me.
That's fair. Then we have Mr. Tom.
Hello, it's me, Mr. Tom. I am currently a bard who is increasingly distraught at the surroundings he is experiencing, and wants off this wild ride, whatever the acronym for now if not sooner is. Mars. Man. I really like the idea of Mars, but there's several problems with it. To terraform it, means you're going to have oxygen on it at some point. Problem with oxygen is it needs an atmosphere. Mars doesn't have an atmosphere. It's been stripped away by the solar winds. Why is it being stripped away? Because it doesn't have a magnetosphere. Why does it not have a magnetosphere? Because the core cooled and solidified long enough ago that any remaining magnetosphere is so weak and puny that it can't withstand the rays. So to warm up the core, you would need to pump a massive amount of energy and potentially radioactive materials to keep it warm into the core. So what I'm saying is, if you want to terraform Mars, bring some nukes, and a lot of them. Drill into the core of Mars, which is going to be oh so easy, and then kablooey. And hopefully that'll warm it up, and then hopefully after a few million years, convection currents will start giving us a nice strong magnetosphere around Mars. Of course, you might need to refresh it because being only half the volume of Earth, half the size of Earth, it's going to cool down a lot faster. Less fissile material and stuff. So, you know, it's a long, complicated process.
A long and indeed complicated process, which needs this sound effect, which none of you will hear.
Oh, Satch.
I sent links to the 2 videos, by the way. Go ahead, have fun.
Could you put it in the Discord? Yeah, because I don't think they've worked on stream.
Ah, fair enough. Let me copy that link again. I'll put them in Dark Tide. I'll just put it in the Dark Tide.
All right, and finally we have Mr. Helking.
Hey, I'm Helking, and I'm playing Fargus the Falcon, and the favorite thing about Mars. Sorry, what was the prompt? Favorite thing about Mars?
Mars, yes.
Um, I like the aliens. Top alien needs more green.
All right.
About it. Sorry, I'm a bit low energy for anyone who's familiar with me.
That's totally fine, mate. As I said, Fergus can be exhausted after all the exuberism of the last few weeks, which is totally fine. All right. So, on that note, what happened last week?
Wasn't there a dagger involved?
Killed a man.
Yeah.
Oh. 1 second, I've accidentally frozen everyone in Discord again. There we go. That should be people unfrozen. There we go. People have unfrozen again. Sorry. Carry on. Does anyone remember what happened? Has been a couple of weeks, in fairness.
It has. No, my memory's in pieces.
Oh my god. Hello, you.
I believe the last one was you met someone with a caravan who was basically
Yes.
using magical artifacts to trap apostates and Templars.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
you
about right.
stabbed him and sent him to the void.
And then
Fade,
stabbed him
sorry.
again for real. Yeah.
You
Smacked
stabbed him
his
and
head
sent him to the
in.
Fade, then accidentally stabbed him a second time and realised that he wasn't dead, even though he was kind of vacant from his body.
Fergus took his teeth.
Yep, Fergus did take his teeth.
Come on. Come here. Come on. Be friendly. Friendly. No, we're just gonna climb over my housemate's coat. Okay.
In fairness, mine's asleep on my leg, so I can't really do anything. He's quite contentedly just cuddled into me. He especially likes cuddling into me since the colder weather's come in.
He's adorable, your cat.
Yeah.
Mine is debatable.
Yours is adorable too. Alright.
Cutie.
Well, on that note, we shall carry on from there. Just a little bit. So yes, so you after last week or last time, a couple of weeks ago, last time you left you killed the man, the weird Templar man, and his servants stole his cart and ran off with it. A couple of Templars turned up to pick up the artifact that was left behind, and you ran away rather than engaging them. Then I think I had you turn up at the nearby village, and I think we stopped there, if I remember right. So, having spent the night in the village, you wake up the next day to find outside in the town square there is quite a large collection of Templars who seem to have arranged into sort of it's almost a very sort of small battalion of Templars. And
It
you
wasn't
see,
us. We
Sorry?
didn't do it. We did do it. It wasn't us.
and at the front you see it's maybe about, let's say 40, 50 rather than a proper battalion, but it's quite a lot of Templars. And at the front you see a quite obvious commander who basically announces to all of them that there has been recent Templars going missing in the area. That they need to spread out and search the entire area, find out what's causing this, and if it's caused by apostates, then you need to put them down. So as the Templars all begin to disperse and make their way around the village doing checks, what do you want to do? From the
Didn't
safety of
we-
your inn, looking out.
We met a couple of Templars right at the end of last time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Did we get them? And we basically, I think we like confused them into submission, as we
Yeah, I
often
think
do.
one of them threatened you, and I think you confused him to the point that he just went, "Oh well, fine," and left.
Yeah. So it's quite possible that, and we kind of left things as they were back there. So maybe, oh no, but they took the slaves took the carts with them, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So either we own up that we accidentally on purpose killed the guy who chained up a bunch of Templars and put him in his truck for mysterious purposes. and pray to the Iron Jesus that we don't get a bad roll and they immediately suspect us and kill and or imprison us, or we run away. Which personally, I'd rather run away, but it's up to everyone else as well.
Hmm. We could try and own the situation by showing off our Grey Warden marks and really kind of lean into that angle, kind of diplomatic immunity a little bit.
I mean, Wraith is the only one that they probably won't go for out of all of us.
Hey, I'm just a bard, man. They probably won't go for me just out of sheer disinterest.
He is a mage, and to Vinta,
Yeah.
I don't know how they feel about that necessarily.
I mean, I'm a cat gremlin, and we have a giant demonic bird, so...
Yeah, demonic bird is definitely not going to be happy when it comes to Templars. Cat goblin, they might think, oh, it's a demon or a darkspawn or whatever, especially due to your habit of stabbing. Yeah. Tevinter, we don't have our lore master here, which is inconvenient.
I suppose we should try and sneak off then by the sounds of things, because this is not going to go in our favour.
There is no way it's going to go in our favour, and we don't need these fuckers disliking us. Personally disliking us, I mean.
Shall I go out front and keep them busy, as it were, by just, just slowing them down, asking questions, that sort of stuff, while you guys get out the back door?
We can go and ready a cart.
Because as a bard, I'm pretty low on their list of people who may be problematic. Just a standard bog standard human villager.
And you're out if they ask you about us, we're your band.
Ah, yeah. Very, very.
My band, don't go in there. There's band supplies. If you break a trombone, I will kill you. Maybe not that.
Maybe not that last bit. I like the idea that, it's just one of us is like the mage because he's a wizard on the guitar. One of us has.
It's just Wraith on a rock guitar, Juniper with a tambourine.
Juniper is actually got incredible decorative prosthetics and stuff, fake hair all over, and it's like takes hours every day to get ready. Not sure how we're going to explain Fergus. Just tell him to slump in a corner and pretend he's a mascot. Yeah.
Mascot/drummer.
Yeah. Actually,
there you go.
Could you fit someone in there, do you reckon? Or would we have to pretend it's a puppet and just say, you've got to be absolutely still. Only move when we move you. Anyway, you guys, do you want to shuffle up and get ready to sneak away? I'll head downstairs then, I suppose, with my 3-string lute.
All right. So are you going outside to talk to the Templar?
I'm going to. Have any Templars come into the inn yet?
There's one sort of standing at the bar, looking quite annoyed that he's not been served yet.
Okay, well, he's busy. I'm going to ignore him and go into the sort of the square, and any time and wait around, see if there's any Templars approach the inn, and I try and intercept.
Okay. So as you go outside and wait, you see a Templar in quite obvious finery compared to the rest of them walk up and go, "You, boy, what are you doing?"
I'm just, having a look, seeing what's going on.
I see. Have you seen anyone else about recently that we should be looking for?
I don't know. What kind of stuff you're looking for? I don't think there's many good women at the inn, if that's what you're asking.
He sort of looks at you a bit confused, then he sort of ruffles around inside his pocket, he pulls out a coin and goes, "I mean, of the magic persuasion," and he sort of holds the coin up as if he's not giving it to you immediately, but holding it next to you. He's like, "I have a shiny gold coin if you can tell me where we might find some apostates."
Ah, I see. in that case, well, as me and my troop, not much of a troop if you ask me, were on our way to this village. Yes, yes. We have a guitarist, a tambourinist, and myself on the lute, of course. Perhaps I could play you a song later. But in terms of these apostates,
Yes.
would they be magical types, I suppose?
Yes. Unlawful magical types. Yes.
I see, I see. Well, as we were coming to this village, we did pass a commune, perhaps, of
commune?
individuals. Yes, almost cult-like. They seem to be worshipping some big rock, some large crystal of some kind, with a number of. They'd attracted a large crowd. I'll tell you that much. They didn't care much for our music.
Where was this? I must know.
Can I give him directions to the place we were at before we met the slaver?
Yep. He drops the coin at your feet, doesn't even hand it to you, and he immediately starts rushing and goes, "Call the trumpeter, we must leave."
I hope I've done the right thing here. I'm not sure if I have.
A couple of minutes later, there is the sound of a very loud horn being blown, and you see Templars all running back to the town square, and you hear a voice go, "Right, we've got a link. Let's go!" And they all start marching out of the city back the way you came.
Right. Well, I'm gonna grab the gold piece. How are my troop? Are you guys made a getaway, or are you still skulking around?
I think the intent would be to get the cart ready and then kind of drive it around to a point where it might have been in Victor's view in the distance, like between some buildings or something, so we could kind of like wave him over.
I think Juniper took the long way round to get to the cart and has just been nicking things on the way. There's a couple new knives in the collection. There's probably a purse in there, a piece of string, a shoelace, 5 buttons, that kind of thing.
Juniper.
Got a bit of a hoard going.
Phew. Well, we seem to have avoided that one fairly well. So far, anyway.
So you're just going to jump on the cart and leave?
The garish cart that looks like it might well belong to a travelling band of nutcases. Yeah, sure. I'm going to just sort of, make it, just sort of gently strum on the lute, maybe tune it or something. Make it, just put on a bit of a show, just in case there are any Templars lurking around still.
Okay. That's fine. So are you going to get in the cart once you've done that, or are you going to just sort of what are you doing?
Yeah, I can get on the cart. Be tuning as I go,
Okay. So you set off in the cart the opposite direction from the way the Templars have gone. As you get along, as you head along the road, you see a small rabble of people approaching. And as you slow the cart down, because they're mostly blocking the road, you see there's a bunch of people all in robes, all looking quite like they hadn't slept in days. And as you sort of slow down, they sort of one leads up and goes, "Excuse me, have you seen any Templars about?"
Well,
Yes, well,
I'm going to just put out a hand. Why? What's it to you?
We'd like to continue our quest, but we don't want to get any Templars about. And they sort of all look very shifty.
What kind of quest might this be? A quest,
It's not to kill the Templars. No.
I didn't ask you what the quest wasn't. I asked you what the quest was.
At this point, you hear a voice in the back say, "Fire!" Yeah. We're here to find fire.
find fire? It's not that hard to come by. Quite a lot of experience throwing it around myself.
We have discovered a pack of idiots.
Oh god, not the terminally moronic again.
At this point, the one talking to you panically looks at the person at the back that shouted fire, who sort of shrugs at him and he goes, it's magical. No, not magical fire. No, not magical fire. Friends, yeah, friends went missing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You're
You
missing
wouldn't-
your Templar friends, and you would like to meet them again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I see. Well, let me see if any of my friends have seen any Templars. So I'm gonna get you guys in a huddle and be like, okay, they clearly want to kill all those Templars. Do you think we tell them where the Templars have gone, and hope that the ensuing royal rumble between the Templars, the cultists, and these chumps, and the Templars are victorious, or do we just kind of steer clear and tell them we've got no idea? Or do we steer them wrong? Because I'll be honest, these guys creep me out. The Templars are pretty scary, and the cultists are definitely bad.
Well, normally I'd say we'd have nothing to fear from the Templars, but I suppose given recent events, shall we say, we should think otherwise. I do wish Yevon was here to give us some guidance on the correct route forward here. We need good, strong fighting men for the Darkspawn, but if they're going about fighting each other, this place will be overrun in no time.
Juniper's going to look up from straightening the dagger collection. Goes, where are we going anyway?
Damn good question.
Anywhere but where those Templars were, I suppose, but now we've got a question.
We should find Yevon.
I'm going to say, all right then. I'm going to turn around back to the chumps in front of me and say, we might know where some Templars are. I don't suppose you would have heard where there are any Grey Wardens nearby, would you?
Grey Wardens, Grey. Do anyone got any Grey Wardens? And a couple of them sort of rifle through their pockets, pull out pieces of paper and look at it and go, no. Oh no, sorry. There is a apologies. There is a village not long down that way. They might know of some Grey Wardens. We're just looking for people.
You're looking for your friends.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Your
friends. Yeah,
yes.
that was it, friends. Yeah, friends. That's what we're looking for. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn back to you guys. Be like, okay, well, they don't know where any Grey Wardens are. We can just go down to the next village, I guess. See if they know anything about Grey Wardens. Do we point them in the direction of the Templars, somewhere completely different, or just say we don't know?
I say we act the fool. We just leave them to their business, and if they find them, they find them.
Act the fool, you say? Leave it to me. Yeah, I'm just going to turn around and say, well, we'd love to help you find your friends. Unfortunately, we don't know who your friends are or where they are. So, good luck on finding your friends. I hope you find them soon. And, yeah.
The other, you're not Templars, are you?
No.
Like Templars?
And
I'm going to indicate Juniper and say, of course, we are a traveling band of fools and joculars.
a band, you say? Do you
bring
make
out my
money
loot.
on your trip?
Well, we make enough food to eat. We play music, then the inn feeds us. That's why we have to keep going from village to village.
He turns to one of them and goes, they've got food to eat.
It's true.
Juniper, at this point, is going to slowly pull out one of the knives and just start staring.
Not the cursed knife, please. Now,
No, it is the cursed knife.
Juniper, now, they don't need to be sent to the awful place. Just a regular knife will do. Sorry, you were saying? Yes, food, yes. I tell you what, I'll let you in on a secret. if you can play an instrument even half decently, you can often get food and beer from inns without having to pay. Now, there are, of course, villages everywhere.
No.
So if you keep going to a different village every day,
So what you're saying is if we had your instruments, we could get free food.
no, I'm afraid you can't.
I like that. And he sort of gestures his hand up and just flicks it and sort of sitting doing, and the people with him begin to start fanning out slowly.
Can I throw a knife in his face?
You can, yeah?
Not the cursed one.
Not the
Roll.
cursed one.
It'll
Regular
be
knife
harder
to the
get back.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll.
Dex.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see if I remember how
As-
to roll.
As you're winding up to throw that, I'm going to say, gentlemen, before we make any rash moves, allow me to introduce my associate, who has excellent skill at knife throwing.
It's
Juniper.
It's
1d20 now.
It's slash roll.
Slash roll.
Yeah,
Right.
they got rid of all exclamation mark roll commands in Discords.
23.
You throw a knife, it shunks straight into his face, he falls down dead.
Now,
Wonderful.
now, who is the leader for this merry band you have? I assure you, my friend.
Dave, and they sort of all sort of push one of them forward, who kind of looks very awkwardly and goes, yeah, he's now me, yeah, yeah.
Ah, hello there, Dave.
What did Tim say? Your money or
I'd like to
Your
catch
life?
one fruits while he's stumbling, and just knock him in place.
Yep, sure, roll.
I'm gonna, as you are winding up to blast him, I'm going to say, or your life, directly to what's his name, Dave?
Natural one.
Right.
No.
Wraith.
That
was-
What happens with roots on these things? Let me just think. What could we do with this?
Root us, probably.
Thorns fly everywhere.
There is a strange crunching sound as massive roots appear from the underground and start wrapping through the wheels of the cart.
Oh no!
I'm going to say,
It dispels after
behold!
like a minute.
Yeah. Behold, we have the power of nature on our side. Are
Yes.
you still ready to fight us?
I'm completely under control with these thorn roots. Then it don't come for you next.
Someone could get jabbed on that. Yeah, look at the thorns.
Oh, thorns are the least of your worries. Now get out of our way,
least-
Cully, or we'll have to hurt you.
I guess you're gonna have to hurt us then, because we need your instruments to eat, don't we, lads? And all
You
the other
have your
sort of-
voices.
And I throw another knife.
Yep.
Before you throw it, I say, can I say, I'm going to look pointedly at Juniper and says, at the moment, you still have your voice boxes.
Yes.
You could sing for them. However, if you stay around much longer, Juniper,
18.
Yep. You shunk him in the face with a knife.
you may not have your vocal cords much longer.
At this point, there's a sort of almost a sort of joyous sound from the crowd. And one of them go, "It's me! I'm in charge now! I've waited for this moment!" And as a very small, angry man pushes his way through the group. He goes, "Right, what is it? Your money or not? Your money, your life, or something? Don't question me. Get a crossbow on him." And one of them awkwardly pulls out a crossbow and starts winding it up.
Knife to the crossbow man face.
Alright, roll.
I love how the idea the others are just like waiting their
Standing
turn, so
there.
they're perfectly happy with the leader being stabbed because they're like, oh, now it's my turn. Oh.
The hierarchy keeps changing. They don't know where they're at from one moment to the next.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, that's a 6. Yeah.
That's a natural one as well.
Yeah.
Please don't stab the back of my head. I need that for thinking.
Oh, that didn't work. A second. There we go. It would hit. It does indeed hit Victor.
Oh, balls.
Fuck.
My head! Please!
11 and 8.
No.
11 and 8 would be left leg and bleeding. The knife shunks into Victor's left leg and causes quite a lot of blood to spray out of it.
Well, yeah, you'd imagine. Alright, well, I'm going to collapse onto one knee and make it look as if I'm doing it deliberately, so I can lean in closer, because I'm still on the cart, so I can lean in closer to the guy in charge. Pretend it's all fine.
This point when I'm going, did you not hear me? He jumps up onto the front of the cart and starts waggling this. It's kind of like a spear, but very small spear. It's almost like a sort of shanking stick in Victor's face, and goes, "Your money, your instruments for your life."
I'd like to follow this guy.
How far away from me is he? Is he within arm's reach?
He's within arm's reach, yeah.
Can I grab his todger and pull hard?
If you really want to.
I don't, but it's better than being shanked in the face.
Alright, roll.
Anything in particular? Dex, maybe?
Well, it's pulling, so strength, I guess.
Don't actually know off the top of my head what my strength is. You know, it occurs to me, I really should keep this thing open more often, rather than just forgetting about it until...
You found it, Tom?
Yeah. Did that work? No. What have I done wrong?
Slash roll and things should pop up, and then just put d20 plus 2 in the box.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, it's slightly more annoying.
Well, it's going to cause him a bit of pain anyway.
You lean forward, you grab him, and you pull. All that really happens is a bunch of very foul-smelling clothing starts pulling down with it. And he's now standing in front of you, let's just say bare-crotched. It's probably the easiest way of putting it.
Close enough. That will hopefully distract him enough for a knife to find its throat.
He stops, and he sort of looks down and goes, "What's going on?"
You need a better belt, my friend. Can I try stab him with the knife that was in my leg up until very recently?
Sure.
Now what, am I rolling dex, I guess?
Yeah, yeah.
How do I...
Where are you planning to stab him, just so I know for when you type in this?
Well, the leg would hobble him. This might be a good idea to go for the leg.
Okay.
One of his legs, yeah, sure. It's probably easier to reach as well, seeing as I'm still on one foot. On account of being stabbed recently.
Sorry.
It happens. Rather alarmingly often, actually.
4.
Ugh.
You...
4? That's a rubbish roll.
7, sorry. You, in one swift movement, you pull the dagger from your leg, and as you swing round to stab him, the pain in your leg intensifies, and the blood pours all down the side of your leg. It seems you've sort of unplugged the wound in your leg, and it's now bleeding rather heavily.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
Does anyone have healing?
Yes, I do. Wraith sees this, and in the little scramble that's taking place there, tries to kind of like lean forwards and cast healing on the wound.
All right, roll healing.
That's +5, so 13.
13, that's fine. You manage to staunch the wounds, though there's a lot of blood. Victor is quite lightheaded now.
You need to back off, sir! And Wraith will try and push him away a little bit.
Okay. Roll your strength to push him off off the cart.
Has Thornroot's gone, by the way?
Thornroots is still there for the moment. You just push him lightly, he stumbles backwards and falls off the cart. Actually, no, does he get... Let's just check something, since the situation he is in. No, as he slips and falls, he managed to hook the sort of remainder of his trousers that are around his ankles. He hooks them on the edge of the cart and is now hanging from the front of the cart. Upside down.
Can I tie him there? I stole string earlier.
You can tie him with string if you want. If you'd like a sort of twitching naked, half-naked man. Well, say half-naked, mostly naked man.
I just want the cart to start moving.
Fair. Then yes, you can tie him there.
Whoop.
At this point, the the man in the that's hanging upside down is currently making lots of noises, but you can't make much of it out because the rest of his clothing has fallen up into his face. The rest of the sort of group are sort of standing around, not really sure what to do. They're kind of awkwardly looking at each other like, should we intervene? I don't really know.
How many are left?
Let's say 7. But they're kind of all awkwardly standing in a huddle rather than actually spreading out anymore.
Gonna shout over at them and be like, let this be a lesson to you all. Don't get anywhere closer to us, or we'll do him in.
They say they're gonna do him in. If they do him in, does that mean someone else is in charge? Yeah, it'd be Mark, I think. Oh, I don't want Mark to be in charge. No, he's not the best. Oh, how dare you? I'd be a fantastic leader. Well, we don't really want you to be in charge, Mark. No offence, but you're not the most combat efficient. Well, I don't have to be. I'd be in charge. You can all do that for me. Suppose. At this point, you feel the roots start unhooking the cart.
Did we overhear what was being said there? Like, as much as you obviously said it, like in the moment for like characterization.
You can hear the sort of mutterings from where you are.
Okay. Wraith is going to quickly hop down off of the cart and shout at them again and be like, nobody else is in charge yet. This man's still in charge. It's your duty to save him. Do right by your leader. And he pulls up some of the guy's clothes so he can be heard audibly.
As you lift up at the clothes, you hear, Get them! Stop them! What are you doing? Just standing around!
Lets go of the cloth and lets it fall back on his face. No, ignore him! This man's faculties...
The Thornroot's gone yet.
Thornroots is slowly speaking. At this point, you just hear, did any of you know that Ned was, gifted? And they all sort of stop and look at the cart at the moment, just like, no, I didn't know that.
Wraith glances at Ned hanging and his gift, and then looks back at them and goes, "No, now's not the time." And he quickly hops back on the cart.
All right.
Wraith has a moment of gay panic.
He just wasn't quite sure what what they were talking about for a second, and then quickly realised, "Oh, right, got you, cool."
Have I literally been driving for an hour? Jesus. I apologize so much.
That's all right, mate.
You're okay.
So the oh, Tom's back. There he is. All right. So what are you doing now? Are you going to try and leave in the cart? Are you going to try and keep talking to them? What are you going to do?
Let's get out of here.
Full steam ahead. Let the man drag and let the rest of them jump out of the way.
Okay. You
They started it.
you crack the whip. The horses like, pull off. The man you have tied to the cart is still hanging there upside down. He's just short enough to not be dragged under the wheels. The rest of them are sort of scattered out of the way as the cart shoots off forward. So yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Are you wanting to keep this new HUD ornament you have, or what you want to do with it?
If
Cut him loose once we're going fast.
Not too fast.
I was going to ask if he would survive if he made it under the cart, but hey, you do.
I'm not planning to let him survive. Juniper's fucking done.
Sorry, can you describe how he's, all put out like that?
He is currently basically his trousers around his ankles. His trousers itself are hooked over one of the front sort of parts of the cart, and he's hanging literally like the full length of him from there. If he let his hands drag back, they'd probably get pulled under the wheels. But he's short enough that he's not going to get dragged under the wheels unless you cut him free, or unless you shove him free, as it were.
Is he screaming?
Yes, but you can't. Like, all you can hear at the moment is the sort of muffled sound of him underneath the sort of clothing that he has in front of his face.
Okay, I'm assuming Vargas has just been sleeping on the cart this entire time.
Yep.
And,
I assume Fergus just wakes up and just sees this and is just like, huh.
He just kind of like stands up, walks to the screaming guy, and like he is there anything sharp nearby?
Not noticeably, no, because most of the stuff from most stuff is just your cart, so I don't think there's anything sharp on the front of your cart.
I just kind of wanted to tie one rope to him around his neck, and then cut out the rest of them that are holding him to the cart. And then he would just be dragged under with the rope still attached, and then hanging out.
I mean, he
Could
is
do that, or could just let him get trampled by cutting him in. It's sufficient.
We'll leave it behind the teeth.
Do you want to get the teeth first? Pull him up, get the teeth, and then we cut him loose.
All right.
I'm going to go to the back of the cart where I can't hear this conversation and just put my hands over my ears.
Okay. He proceeds to like lift his feathery fist and punch the face.
all right. He's currently like sort of almost crescent moon off the front of the cart, so you'd have to like lean down and grab him to pull him up to punch him in the face.
He'd lean down so his head is level with the guy, and grab him by the scruff of his neck, and then pull him up.
Okay.
Hello there! I seem to have not met you yet.
So as you pull him up, his clothes basically return to where they were, and he immediately grabs his trousers and pulls them up, and goes, "You bastards! Sorry, you bastards! How did you? Where have they gone?" And he looks off the back of the car, and just in the distance you see the remainder of the group. You bastards! And are you still grabbing him by the throat?
I grab him by the throat and I go like, I can take his teeth, yes?
If you must.
And then he just punches him. The moment he said, "If you must," just like.
All right, roll your strength.
All right, that was a plus. Was it a +4 or +6? It's been a while.
I'm not sure. It has been a while indeed.
Mine is +5. That helps.
+5, yeah. It's a 15.
15, not bad. So you punch him in the face. You hear a sort of "Bah!" sound, and a couple of teeth just tumble out of his mouth.
And then he punches again, and again, and again, and again.
All right.
Just you know, like there's two examples. It's either the Hulk and Tony Stark smacking him into oblivion, or there's does any, I have like another example, but I'm not going to. Yeah, sorry.
So you punch him in the face 3 or 4 times. As you punch him about the fourth or fifth time, you just lose your grip, and he like barrel rolls off the side of the cart, leaving a fair collection of teeth behind.
Oh, nice, good.
I feel like we're two separate ends of the brutality spectrum. Like, for Juniper, it's just... I'm done.
Yeah.
The shock is in how fast it can fucking happen.
Yeah, and for Fargus, it's like how long it takes to turn somebody into a pile of meat is inconsequential. It's going to happen.
Wraith is just looking at the back of Victor's head, thinking that he had the right idea, and that next time this is brewing, he'll probably just slink off with him.
And then Fargus is just happily mopping up the teeth into his hand. So, what did I miss?
Not
well,
much, honestly.
Yeah, that guy was very briefly in charge of a group of brigands, it seems, that were on the lookout for Templars, and well, they're off in the distance behind us at this point. And that's about it, really.
You should have woke me up. We could have had a brawl.
I killed 2.
I think you've got your share of teeth, at least.
I do. Yes, I do.
Well, there was there mention of Victor? Was there anything at all about Grey Wardens that they mentioned? I mean, we'll just head on to the next place, I suppose. But anything?
Tom, you're muted if you're talking.
Muted now?
Nope, I can hear you now.
Oh,
It's getting dark.
He finally left my chair, the little guy.
Hooray!
Hey!
It's getting dark, Rowan.
Whatever it matters.
it is. I don't know how there's so much light in all your houses.
Light
Doesn't feel
bulbs.
Yeah, I have that light.
I've got
Light
the blue
bulbs.
thing on the ceiling, which I don't know if you can see.
Ah!
It does that to the ceiling.
Your
Ah!
room looks so peaceful.
Whoa!
It's
It's
pretty.
so chill, and we put the
I like
fairy lights on over there, and the fish tank is on behind us. So for me, this is like nice ambient vibe, but on stream, it's like the void. I'm in the abyss of the ocean, you know.
We're at the bottom of the sea. The deep
Yeah,
blue
but
sea.
I can see everything fine. It actually isn't that dark. I think my camera's just shit.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right.
It's only 4 as well.
Yeah. Alright, so you carry on along the road. Eventually you come to another small village. And as you sort of pull in and sort of start sorting the one horse you have that's alive, you see a sort of old man with a sort of cane walking over towards you going, we don't want any, leave.
Fargus takes his walking stick and sweeps his ankles.
Alright, roll strength.
What are you doing?
He does that immediately, like, he just like, I'm going to roll fast to see what happens. with all these.
Reflexively attack.
At 8.
You grab the thing, you sweep, you don't manage to knock him off the feet. At this point, you hear "Papa!" and what looks like a very young-looking girl with quite a large sword runs out from the house. She hands the sword to the older man and goes, "Papa, what are you doing? You can't start fights." "I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone." And he takes the sword and points it at Fergus and says, "Leave. We don't want any."
Vargas blinks. He goes like, "Where am I?" He kind of like looks around, like, "Oh, I must have nodded off again." And then he just kind of like tosses the walking stick at the old man and wanders away again.
Hey, the old man is sort of slowly circling where Fergus as he walks away.
I'm gonna ask the kid, are there any Grey Wardens around here?
Papa, they ask about the wardens. The man just sort of goes, "The wardens came through here a couple of days ago. Why are you looking for them?"
We want to follow them.
"Why?"
Well, we are Grey Wardens.
For a laugh.
Fashion.
"That is a Grey Warden," and he points at Fergus.
Well, no.
He's a friend.
Ferrari.
He is a friend.
He's something.
The old man
If
gives
you
you
just-
a very quizzical look, and he goes,
Just point us in the way of the Grey Wardens, and we'll be off straight away.
"They went that way," and he sort of points his sword towards another road leading out of town.
A different road.
Yep.
Okay, good. Whew. Alright then. Fergus, you behaving?
We're going already.
Is there an inn? I'm gonna ask the old man if there's an inn.
Of course there's an inn, but I don't want none. He just looks at. He won't take his eyes off Fergus at this point.
Yeah, I just immediately harpooned chances of diplomacy.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna talk to Wraith because I think he's probably the most sane and level-headed of us, and say, do you think we should grab some food before we head off again immediately, or should we just go?
Well, how are we looking for provisions? If we're stocked up, I think we should just keep going before, well, those people down the road could catch up to us, or even the Templars.
And the longer we stick around here, the further behind these Grey Wardens we're gonna get.
Very true.
Vargas leaned in. You said like there was a bunch of brigades without a leader that may be following us, yes?
Yes.
You're aware what brigades that are bored and are leaderless do?
No.
Ow. So innocent. Okay, Vargas has in mind, like, a bunch of bored brigades who have a dead leader and no one to lead them, usually take it out on the nearest settlement. Or at least camp near it and hassle them for a while.
Grace
Well,
kind of
that's,
looks down guiltily and stares at his feet and shuffles for a moment, thinking about the fact that like we've committed quite a lot of crimes on the route to get here, and that waiting around anywhere is just a bad idea. And Winston goes, "I'm really not sure that we should stay here. I don't want to play the coward or anything, but well..."
In our defense,
And then he
most
just-
of the problems that have come our way have started with the other person. They have instigated, and we've just committed crimes to escape a lot of the time.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's about time.
Let's just carry on then. We've got enough food. I'm gonna say thank you to the old man. We're off after the Grey Wardens.
All
Hopefully,
right.
Hopefully we find them soon, because we have been at a bit of a loose end for quite a long time now. Long before I arrived. Actually, long before my previous character arrived too. Now that I think about it.
Pretty
No.
much since we left the city.
No. We left that city, didn't we? And that Jose died in that port city. So it was at the start of my previous character. That's when we lost our tether, as it were.
First,
Man, I hope you find
that
them
was
again.
a character before the last one, because the last one was Gimli, and Gimli died.
Didn't we meet Gimli? No, because I've had 4 so far.
Yeah.
Jose died in the city, and then it was Gimli. And Gimli, I think, was just after or just at the city.
Okay. There.
Anyway, whatever. It's been a while. We need to find some Grey Wardens and get them to sort out this group.
Okay. So you are you just gonna leave and follow the trail?
Seems like a good idea.
All right. You head off immediately. You head down the road. After about another day's hard riding, the horses are exhausted, and you come to another small village. Immediately, as you get there, a youngish-looking woman approaches you and says, "Ah, you've brought us supplies, yes?"
No. We're looking for Grey Wardens. Why?
She looks at the crestfallen and sort of nods sadly to herself and walks off. The village itself looks very quiet.
That was the wrong answer.
What time of day is it that we've arrived at?
So let's say early evening, so let's say 7.
Is there an inn?
There is an inn.
Does it look like there's activity in there, or is that also quiet?
It looks very quiet in there as well.
Bit of a secluded place, I suppose. Nobody around?
Interesting. Slightly concerning too.
Well, we should find a room and stable. And see what's happening. Maybe the Grey Wardens are still here if we're lucky. Although looking
Maybe.
around, maybe not.
Alright. As you stable your horse, the stable seems oddly deserted. And and as you make your way into the inn, there's a very old woman behind the bar who leans in and goes, "Oh, you brought us some supplies."
We're looking for Grey Wardens, actually. But perhaps we could share some of what we have if...
She immediately, when you say that, she goes, "No," and she goes, "Well, sort yourself," and she walks into a small room off to the side of the bar.
Maybe we shouldn't open with that next time.
Yeah.
I think you might be right. Some kind of aversion to the Grey Wardens around here. I wonder if there was an incident, maybe. I wouldn't like to think they were gallivanting around quite like we are, but you never know.
I mean, we have met groups posing as Grey Wardens before, and they tend to be unsavory.
Was this woman the only person in this place?
Yep. She looks in easily 50s.
Anyone else around?
Is there many young people though?
No. There's no young people, no children. It just seems to be the only 2 people you've seen in this village at all so far have been the woman who came to you immediately when you got here and this old woman here.
Damn. Village is dead.
Is the room that she went into like behind the counter of this place, or is it a room that we could go into without kind of breaking social norms?
It's behind the counter, but you could just walk around the counter and go in. It doesn't look like there's anything stopping you.
Ray's going to lean over the bar and call in, "Excuse me, we were looking for a room at the very least, and perhaps something for our horse."
At this point, you hear a voice just ring through. "Keys are on the wall. Just take one. Doesn't matter anymore."
self-service, so I suppose we'll help ourselves. Wraith goes round and picks up a key or two. We could all have a room. How many rooms are there? How many keys?
There's 5 rooms.
Oh, we could all have a room each. And he starts passing out keys to everybody.
Okay.
Something's not right here. I mean, there's something not right quite frequently when we end up at places, but there's something really not right here.
Well, with the opportunity to ask some more questions, if you think you can get through this woman's stony demeanor.
All right. I straighten my tunic and say, "You guys find your rooms. I'll see you guys in a bit."
Okay. Best of luck. And Wraith heads, is it upstairs or is it down a corridor?
It's upstairs, upstairs along a corridor. The rooms they're small, but they're nice enough.
He just kind of takes stock and, not that he's got a lot of stuff to put in there, but just like prepares the room for the evening and just focuses on that for a few moments.
Okay.
Checks for bed bugs.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Alright, so
I'd like to.
what is Victor doing then?
I'd like to enter the room where the old lady went.
She seems to be
I say
sitting.
old lady.
She's sitting at a table. The only thing on the table is a half-empty bottle of wine and a glass. And the glass is. She occasionally just keeps picking the glass up and swilling from it, and then putting it back down again.
Do I have any alcohol on me?
Not that I'm aware.
I'm wondering if there was any on the cart that might have picked up. Because we had supplies, but don't know if that would be counted as supplies. Can I just do a flat roll, just to see if there was any alcohol on the cart that I might have picked up?
Okay.
Just because I'm too lazy to actually do the thinking as to whether or not we would have some available.
Natural 20. Yes, you remember that Ruth had quite a large supply of rum.
Ah, yes. All right. Can I nip out and grab some of that and then come back to the room?
Yep.
Sort of like push the door to, seen her drinking alone, and then like, I'm gonna come back with some alcohol. All right, I've come back with a bottle of rum. Is there another chair at the table?
Yes.
Or a
There's
bench
yes,
or
there's a chair at
barrel
the table.
I can pull up or something?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna push the door open, walk in, and set down the bottle on the table, take a seat, and sit there in silence for a few moments, just to see what if she immediately tries to like glass me or something.
No, she just seems to stare into oblivion. She occasionally refills her glass and then starts drinking from it again, but that's about all she does.
Any glasses around that I could use?
You just walk past the bar, you can just grab one from that.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Grab a tumbler. I'm gonna pour myself snifter of rum.
Okay.
And say, what happened here? What happened in this village?
She sort of glances at you and then draws her eyes off you immediately and say, "Oh, you're a Grey Warden, I'm sure you know."
I'm not actually a Grey Warden. Although the people I travel with claim to be Grey Wardens, frankly, the things they've done, I don't think they're Grey Wardens at all. They're meant to be fighting Darkspawn, not beating up thugs and bandits.
Yeah. And just carries on staring into space.
Have they all been called up?
She glugs back the wine she's got and then goes, "Yeah, recruitment drive came through. Apparently something about the Darkspawn in the port town. Took everyone. My
I heard about
sons,
that.
my husband, all my kids, taking everyone.
How many left?
She refills her glass, glugs it straight back, and then pours the last of the bottle into her glass and goes, "About 10 of us. Barely enough to run the village."
Winter will be coming soon.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're probably going to
assuming-
starve at this rate, looking at how little food we've got.
Villagers dying out. Never a good time. It's always sad to see a village go.
Yeah, apparently the Darkspawn are back, though, and they need all able men and women that they can get.
I heard about the town. They say it was ruined. Destroyed.
Yeah, burned to a crisp. Overrun by Darkspawn.
Do you have a ticket out of the village, or are you staying here till the end?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here.
I'm gonna raise a glass to that.
She sort of looks at you quite curious and goes, and then just sort of goes, "Well, the Darkspawn have got a foothold in Orlais now, so I guess it won't be long till we follow dinner him. Well, for Eldon. Guess all we've got to look forward to is death." She just stares into her glass.
And some nice rum before we go. I'm gonna pour a bit into her glass.
So you just top up her wine with rum. She looks at you a little confused and just shrugs and drinks it anyway.
I thought she'd finished. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Shit, I don't know.
Man, this got really somber all of a sudden.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's great. It's great.
I just sit and drink for a bit longer. Just maybe some idle chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then some point, presumably, head off to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leaving the however much of the bottle's left. Presumably, I mean it's rum, so it's fairly strong stuff. So presumably we haven't emptied it between two people.
You drank a fair whack of it by the time that you go to bed. The next morning, you all come
Gonna have
down,
a
and
hangover.
she's still sitting where she was, and the bottle's empty, and she's still staring into space.
I guess I'll relay the information about the village. Grey Wardens emptied the village of capables, and then they went to a port town that was overrun by Darkspawn. So maybe we should be going back there.
Oh no, we're gonna have to travel back down the path that we've just come down.
Maybe an alternative route can be found.
Yes, a loop somewhere far away from the roads and byways that we've used. I fear that there would be quite the selection of people waiting for us.
Ooh, more teeth.
Oh, you don't want to deal with some of the people we've dealt with. There was this one man, in fact, there may be one man with an infinite supply of teeth, come to think about it. Left naked in the road.
I'm going to just look at Wraith, just like...
Fergus turns into a goat.
Sorry.
He just he was filled with excitement. He bristles up and he just squats down and he turns into a full-on mountain goat. Which I don't know if you guys have seen a mountain goat. They are terrifying and larger than they should be. And just he's still on the cart with you guys as he does that. It's just and teeth, infinite teeth.
Yep, forget I said anything. What are you doing?
He grips the reins with his teeth and with his mouth.
So, where are you going? Are you heading along the road they say that the Grey Wardens went, or are you heading back the way you came? What are you going to do?
Oh, okay, so wait, are those exclusive? Like going to where the dark spawn is or going backward?
Well, the Grey Wardens are with the rest of the army that they describe went basically to, let's say, to the east.
Yeah.
And the way you came was from the sort of southwest.
Okay.
Okay. So we're not actually needing to go down the way that we came.
No.
If we want to pursue the Grey Wardens and not Teeth.
I would say that Fargus is actually in character confused as well of where you're meant to go. So he does go towards where the Grey Wardens are, I think. Since we do want to go down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Grey Wardens do.
Yeah, it's just that you got him so excited he doesn't know where to go, so he goes to where the Great Wardens are, because while you were figuring out the directions. I will say that. And then he just tugs it with his goat teeth.
Noting that we're actually kind of on the right path, Wraith huddles in with Victor and says, "Oh, it looks like we escaped that one. He's going the right way. I'm so sorry about that. I've got such a loose tongue."
I'm going to say to Wraith, this is where I think we'll part ways. If I could have a few supplies, I'm going back to that village.
As we're riding off into the away from the village, like, he has to jump off.
We're like, a kilometer out. I'm just gonna hop off the cart with a bag of stuff and wander back to the village. The village will not survive very long, but we can try. And frankly, I've seen enough of everything that's going on. I've had it. I'm going back to the village.
We can give you like a bag of gold to go with you because we've still got a fucking chest full that we need.
Yes, a small pouch of gold, another bottle of rum, and my loot.
Well, thank you for your assistance, Victor. It's been most helpful. I was appreciating your balancing efforts around here, but I suppose it's me, the cat, and the bird now.
And Ruth.
And Ruth, whenever Ruth wakes up.
It's basically becoming the Sylvester and Tweety mysteries, so...
I like that.
Just got the intro sequence in mind now. Wake up, kind of holding the front of his robes up as they're walking along.
Just those really skinny ankles.
I love how the group has gotten so chaotic now. Your only hope is to connect to Ruth.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right.
Forced character development.
Fargus shifts back into his bard form, walks over, and puts his hand on Victor's shoulder. I've only known you for so long, but I'd like to think that we connected as friends.
Sure.
He pats your chest and he brings out teeth and then puts a bunch into your hand. A gift for you on the road.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put them in a pocket or something. I don't know. I don't know. Is Juniper going to be really annoyed if I try and stroke her head? Will she bite me?
Head is actually okay. She likes it when you kind of pop your head down and fuzz her head a little bit.
What about behind the ears?
Behind the ears, good. She likes chin. Anything else is a bit of a wild card.
I guess a bit of a pet then.
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Did I have anything else with me? I don't think I had
think
much
so.
else, honestly. Well,
But,
my weapon is my voice and my brass knuckle duster.
mm,
Oh, and I lost the crossbow. I should have ticked off the crossbow because that burnt up or something in that bee fight.
yes.
The bee fight.
Yes, the days of old and the bee fight. All
Fucking
right.
bees.
So
Hey.
you, Victor heads
Yes,
off. The rest of you
I'm gonna
carry on along the
trudge
road.
back to the village and, well, we might not live until next spring, but that's life.
All right.
I'm sure we'll scatter if to neighbouring villages if it all goes wrong.
The rest of you carry on along the road, and after about another half a day's travel, you meet a tired-looking guard on the road who tells you who basically directs you to a small camp nearby. That seems to be somewhat sieging an area that they believe to be, let's say, frequented by darkspawn. Though they've had reports of it rather than anything else. So they lead you up to a camp. As you arrive in camp, you're greeted by some very rude guards that ask you where you're going. And when you mention your Grey Wardens, you are sort of pointed over to the sort of like an area of the camp. And as you reach this area of the camp, you hear a very familiar voice in Yevon, sort of trying to give orders to people, and you just keep hearing say, "I just don't know where everyone's gone. I've had so many divisions, they've gone everywhere. We can't find anyone now." And as he looks up, he recognises all of you and goes,
Does he?
"Well, he recognises he recognises Wraith and Juniper. Sorry, yeah, Wraith and Juniper." And he walks over and goes, "Oh, it's good to see you two at least. What's happened to you? Where you been?"
Oh, it's such a long story.
Everywhere! We've been everywhere! Look! And she pulls out the Fade dagger.
Echt me. That's a bit of kit, that.
Mine.
Aye.
Crystal, I was stealing people's souls. It was rather invigorating, I have to say.
Yeah, our group has expanded and contracted, and people have come and gone. And well, this is our latest compatriot, Fergus.
Fergus is just like bobbing back and forth, his head swinging, like the big bad thing where he's really excited.
So he looks at Fergus and goes, "He's a tall bastard, isn't he? All right, well, I'm sure we could put you to work." Good.
I love how pragmatic Yevon is. He has no discriminations. He's just, you can fight, you can fight. That's it, basically.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, I've got a couple of houses we might need to try and clear. Maybe we'll look into that. But for now, get yourself settled, and we'll take this up next time." And he wanders back over to the table and begins looking at stuff. And as I didn't mean to say in character, but I have now said in character, that will do us for today. Does anyone have anything else they wish to add before we stop?
I think Wraith is visibly relieved by the fact that, like, we finally found the Grey Wardens. Yevon is in front of us. He looks a bit more composed, and yeah, kind of quickly tries to hurry the group off, like excited for like the next encounter.
We've finally got someone who knows what they're doing. Ah,
We finally found the fucking guy in charge. Well done.
Wow. That was
we have a hierarchy.
yeah. That was the entire like character arc, just finding somebody, just anybody.
Yevon not being around has outlasted two of my characters, although one of them did retire about half a day before we found him. So that's kind of,
So
But he wasn't really a Grey Warden anyway.
So
I might have to.
I expect a new character for next time then, Tom.
Yeah.
But you will have an extra week to do because next week, as I said, we are dragging.
Next time we have to like officially conduct Fergus into the Grey Wardens.
Yes,
just
we do have to do the joining ritual, but that'll probably be in a couple of weeks because I do want to have. Yeah. Yes, I know. I'll probably do that in a couple of weeks because it will be one of those things that I need to decide how I'm going to do the joining ritual with the characters.
Are we going to have to roll in order to not die from the re-drinking the black blood?
Maybe. I'll need to.
Oh, no.
I'll need to decide. Well, I'll just decide how it triggers.
Well, good thing I have resist magic and resist drugs and poison. So I might survive.
How is our ever since when we last saw Yevon at the port town?
Yep.
What has the changes in our group been since then? We've lost Jose. He's never actually seen
Jose died in the
Victor.
village, didn't he?
No, he died.
Yeah.
He
Jose
died at the
village. It
lighthouse
was
in the port town.
It was
remember?
Gimli that died after you fled, I think.
So he would have known Gimli because he was introduced the week after Jose died. So as far as he's aware, who have we lost and who have we gained? We've lost Gimli.
You've
Gained
lost
Fergus.
Vincenzo.
Gained Fergus. Lost Vincenzo.
Lost Vincenzo. Lost
Ruth
Tristan.
is still around.
Yep.
Tristan is
always watching.
Tristan has found
Somewhere.
some other brigade or troop or whatever, and they've still got their notebooks. They're still making notes in red pen. One day they'll meet up with a Grey Warden and they'll present just like a whole stack of notebooks on prospective recruits.
And
they'll be
99% of that will still be Jose.
No. They chucked all that stuff out. That was like most of 3 books, I think.
I see.
He's
Well, you
dead,
had-
no reason to report.
Yeah, so just chuck them out. Put them on the fire. So we've lost 2, 3.
Yep.
3? Yeah, we've lost 3 of our group and gained 1.
Yeah,
Tristan,
Vincenzo, Tristan,
and Gimli.
Gimli. Yeah.
He's never even seen Victor, so it's a bit of a moot point. Oh well. Good luck, Victor. Maybe we'll see you again. Probably
Maybe we'll
not.
see you again.
There's a lot of small villages. Probably won't see him again, but you know.
You never know. Depends if you want to play
at
him
le-
again.
At least he didn't die.
That is also
Yeah.
very true. All right.
How did I lose the others?
Gimli was
Various
killed.
shenanigans.
Gimli was killed. Jose was killed. Jan was killed off screen.
Oh yeah, he went out like a badass.
I think there was another one that
Gimli-
died. Was it not 4 that died?
No.
3 that
I've only had
died, and
this-
3 that died, 1 that lived.
Gimli tried to fight a Canary. Gorm. That was his name right at the beginning. Gorm, not Jan. Gorm.
Ah, yes, Gorm.
He went out a hero's death, and Jose was accidentally decapitated by someone
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
Down a flight of stairs or something. I don't know.
Yep. And then Gimli was. How was? Oh, Gimli was killed by the Jewel,
The
wasn't
Canary. Yeah, the Canary.
he? Yeah.
Picked a fight with the Canary. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
To be fair, anyone could have seen that was a mistake.
Not Gimli.
Ah, dear.
Not Gimli.
Well, we'll wind up for this week then. Just before I forget, we have an affiliate code. So if you go to dndice.co.uk or gemhammer.com, you can use Penance RPG at checkout to get 10 and 20% off respectively. D&Dice do fantastic, I think it's plastic, resin and metal dice. I think there's other ones as well, but there's some really, really pretty dice on there, and you can get 10% off with Penance RPG. If you go to gemhammer.com, you can get things like Deck of Wonder, Deck of Many Things, lots of sort of things to augment your game, which all make things wonderful. If you join us at Dragon Meet, or when we eventually get around to releasing the episode, we're hopefully going to tape at Dragon Meet, we'll be doing one of them. Just the one we'll be doing during the day at Dragon Meet will be a version of Dark. So I will be using some of the things from Gemhammer during that. I will also be using some suggestions we get from various places, depending how it goes. I might even put that up on the day of Dragon Meet and see if we get any weird and wonderful suggestions to use for things people can do. But yes, that is that. As I said, there'll be no Dark Tide next weekend because we'll be at Dragon Meet in London. Feel free to come see us. You'll know me. I'll be wearing these, and I'll probably be in a kilt. And I'll be the one that isn't AJ, even though people will think I'm AJ. I think Rowan will be there as well. Belry is not going to be there sadly because he's just not able to get the time off. But yes, a Dragon and Greg will also be there. So if you want to see Mr. Greg doing his Forlaston Tales, he'll be here on Monday doing those, and he'll also be at Dragon Meet, so you can talk to him about it. Anyway, let's just quickly run over our next couple of streams. Monday, as I said, is Forlaston. Tuesday is Bar Trauma with myself and Mr. Tom and Mr. Seth and Meow. And then after that, be Indie Horror. Wednesday is Rat Run. This is with Mr. Helking on the top corner over there. He's also part of Rat Run. And Thursday will be Indie Horror. It will be finishing early because Friday, as I said, we're travelling down to Dragon Meet. We will hopefully be taping 3 things at Dragon Meet that will go live at some point. I need to get back to editing, but there'll be 3 things that go live from Dragon Meet because there should be the one we tape on the Friday night, the game during the day on Saturday, and then there should be something I run on Saturday night. So we'll be playing some shit, hopefully be a laugh. Apart from that, I believe that is everything. As I said, no Dark Tide next week, but that's all the streams that will be away. Everything else should be as normal, really. There's no Satisfactory on Friday, or Ghost Watching, I think it is, we're playing alone. Yeah, no Ghost Watching or Satisfactory on Friday either. But I'm sure Zeph can last another week without...
There's no milk for tea. I will get the tea, don't worry. It's going to be wrapping up within literally 5 minutes, real quick.
Cool. Alright, but yeah, as I said, I'll be... there'll be no Satisfactory on Friday. I'm sure Zeph will find some excuse to do calculations with Tom. I'm sure the two of you can get together and do some crazy, weird fucking Satisfactory shit. Alright, anyway, I'm rambling. Apologies. Let's just raid out... see if we know anyone to raid out to. And then we can wind up. Do we know anyone on? Darren's on. We're rolling to Darren.
And to visit.
I feel like I haven't seen Darren in ages. Let's roll into Darren. So yes, thank you everyone for today. I will stop rambling because I am very aware I am rambling. And we will go and see Darren. So once this is loaded up. I say it was loaded. There we go. Right. We'll roll with Darren. So yeah. Till next time, folks, you all take care. Catch you Monday from Mr. Greg's doing Forlaston Tales. If not, we'll see you all Tuesday for Bar Trauma. So then, folks, you all take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
We doing the mindless waving?
Wave.
Wave. Or else.